Hey gang, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys making some time to watch today's video. And I got a really good video we're going to talk about today. I want to talk about the 3 characteristics that define an unsuccessful bass angler. And we're going to bring these to your attention so you don't do those 3 things and you do the things that make you a successful bass angler. Because guys, we talked about this a lot. You know, bass fishing is a complicated sport. There's a lot to it, a lot of variables, and these 3 things I'm going to talk about, if you just follow me on this, I guarantee will really accelerate your learning process. So, hey, real quick before we get started here, just wanted to remind everybody, anyone interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler. Give you all the info on that, and please subscribe if you hadn't had a chance. I'd like to invite everybody to do that. Okay, guys, 3 things we're going to talk about here that you really need to focus in on. And if you've watched the channel, we've touched on some of this stuff a little bit before, but I really want to hammer it home how important it is to remember that. The first sign of an unsuccessful bass angler, or somebody that doesn't have much success, or somebody that is growing very slow in their success as angler, are the anglers out there that focus on information that tend to entertain them rather than educate them. This is extremely common on YouTube. I get it all the time. You know, I hear people saying, Randy, we want to see you catch fish. You know, we don't want to see you talking in the tackle room. The tackle room's not flashy. It doesn't show. I'm not on the lake with drones showing me catching fish right and left. That's entertainment. What I do here in the tackle room is educational. So don't get sucked into the information that you absorb, whether it be on a YouTube or just a fishing television show or whatever. Don't get attracted to information for the entertainment value. Try to absorb it in a classroom setting. And it's boring. It's not, like I said, it's not flashy. It's easy to get sucked into, you know, flashy music and slick editing and drone shots and fish getting caught right and left. But try to assimilate your information as much as you can from those really hardcore sources of information. The next one is a big problem I see a lot of anglers make that really make them unsuccessful, is they tend to focus on lures over bass movement and bass behavior. Now, this is the same type of deal. It's like when I do videos on bass movement and bass behavior, guys, I can't get anyone to watch them. I mean, it's like a mental Monday. It's like nobody cares about bass movement behavior. But if I do a video on, you know, the hottest new lure or the hottest new color, it gets a ton of views. Guys, don't get sucked into this populist mentality of trying to find a quick fix in bass fishing. There are no quick fixes. There's things that are going to give you incremental success. Yeah, I can, you know, give you guys a tip on fishing a frog or something like that. But more important than me giving you my favorite color frog is to tell you and understand why the bass are in the position they are to be caught on a frog, what puts them in that water, what makes them move to those areas. You've got to become a student of the fish. And one of the biggest mistakes, it could be number 1, I mean, it's 1 and 2 are real close here, is, you know, people just focus on lures and techniques over bass movement and bass behavior and bass personality. Again, guys, it requires discipline. Just try to discipline your thinking to try to consume as much information as you can about bass movement and bass behavior. And whether it be on my videos or another YouTuber videos, when you see something about bass movement, bass behavior, click on that video and read it. I mean, listen to it, because it's going to help you out far more than favorite lure and techniques. Okay, the last one, the third one, and there's dozens I could go into, but these are just 3 of the big ones, is one of the big reasons anglers are unsuccessful is that they don't trust their own creativity enough on the water. Now, one thing that I can tell you about bass fishing is that creativity is more important than experience as far as your long-term success. If experience was everything in bass fishing, then guys like Larry Nixon and Denny Brower and, you know, Roland Martin, nobody could beat them because they've been fishing longer than anyone. But that's not the case. That's why, you know, these 20-year-old college kids can beat some of the seasoned experienced pros, is because they use and they trust their own creativity over that experience. You can't ever discount intuition and creativity in fishing, because that's how new ideas come up, that's how new techniques evolve, that's how new approaches to fishing, come about. And not that the old stuff doesn't work, but the bass get conditioned to it. It's like, years ago, all you had to do is put on a 1/2 ounce black jig and pork frog here in Missouri, and you could win tons of tournaments. But you couldn't win a tournament now. I guarantee if you fished a black jig and pork frog, just the big old school deal, the conditions would have to be perfect for you to win a tournament on it. But 30, 40 years ago, 75% of the tournaments around here got won on that. So from that standpoint, is you have to constantly develop, new approaches and new techniques, as far as how to catch those fish. So the main thing, guys, is just trust your own creativity on that. Don't get intimidated by the fact that you maybe don't have a lot of experience on the water. When you go out on the water and you say, for example, you're fishing down the shoreline, just tell yourself, say, look, nobody else is going to approach this shoreline the way I'm going to approach it. I have my own unique way that I look at this shoreline, and, nobody else is going to try that. So that should give you faith in your own approach with that. Because like I said, if you and I were in the boat together and we pulled up on this one point to fish it, I may have some preconceived notions in my head about how I want to approach that point, and you may have a fresh mind and try some stuff that I've never even tried before, and you may kick my butt with that fresh approach. So just trust that you have that ability within you there. So anyway, guys, just a quick video, wanted to pass that along. Hope you guys are doing good, and we'll talk later. See you.